Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. Alright, so again we are here in the Veil of Twilight. To access here, you can access either through the airship or through the Slayer. Now for this quest, it's actually probably the easiest to find. What you're going to want to do is head out into the Slayer here. Normally you don't have these enemies, Zeba, but just run past and kind of pulled them to the door, which again, not a big deal. So from here, you just want to actually kind of hug the side wall here. And even heading into the water, and again, just swim right around. Quest entrance is right here to the north, and it is just the back side of where we entered here. So again, the easiest way is to swim. You can avoid all combat and just head around. Now, with this quest, it does actually start underwater. So you do gotta be a little cautious. And obviously having some form of breath will greatly assist. So like underwater action, or even just a really, really high swim. Now, so here we are. Now with this one here, again, when you step in, you're going to want to immediately start using that hireling, as right here is technically the start of the quest, so it won't let you use it elsewhere. Though once everything's set in, again, a little breath here, you do want to swim through the tunnel. Now for that here, you're going to want to swim straight down, and then kind of off this direction here. It's the only one to go. Then you're going to want to actually make a beeline for this hole right here in the floor. Off to the left. Normally swim faster here. Here we go. Off to the left here. And then up through the hole right here. Now, once you're at the top, this is where people typically stop to actually cast those buffs, as it's the first solid ground that you come across. And don't worry, there are no other swims, so you're safe. Alright, so what's unique about this quest is in here we have a bunch of spiders. Now, you're not actually supposed to kill the spiders, but up until a specific point, it doesn't actually penalize you for that. So the first thing here we need to do is we talk to this guy here, and we're going to head in. So, being a longtime player, I do know that if you don't kill any of the spiders at all, so those Crimson Foot drones, you actually are awarded with an extra chest at the end. But again, it is fairly difficult to do. All you need to do though is kill the ogres, and the spiders attached to that ogre kind of thing, they will go completely passive. So that's your way of getting through this quest without having too much like brutality. But again, up until the point where we actually pick up a journal, we can kill the spiders without any penalty. Now, the journal is going to be located in one of 6 locations. The first journal, I should say. So you do want to check them all. So this is actually one of the first locations. Then we're going to continue heading out, around the corner, and again, we're going to continue just massively slaughtering here. And again, you can kill the spiders. I'm trying not to, simply because it's less killing, and less killing also means, well, we're getting through this a little bit faster. So once you reach the main hall, again, more of the same. But we're gonna have multiple doors. In total, there are 3 doors on both the northern and southern side. And then we see the Crimson Foot Queen inside the cage there. So essentially, she's being held hostage, which is why the spiders are kind of being passive there. So as you see, we already accidentally killed the spider with that Comet Fall. So we actually would lose out on that extra chest. But again, nothing really in it special. It is just random loot. So at this point, you're going to want to head down every single path, and you are going to want to clear it out. Now there is a reason for this, and that's so once you do pick up that journal, you won't have to worry about do not kill spiders. As even when you're not trying to kill spiders, sometimes it just happens. So I am gonna swap back to this form here so we can hit multiple targets. And so yeah, so what most groups will do is they'll split up, everybody kind of heads down a path, clears the path, and calls out if and when they see the journal. So as there are 3 sections, you got northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, and then south central. So you just head down the paths and clear. Each one is fairly short. Now, another thing to note with the spiders is they are actually immune to acid damage. Now, this is particularly important as acid sorcerers are amazing to have in here, as they can cast their spells absolutely without having to worry. Now, the biggest annoyance with these guys here is when you get the rando guy that just ports out those ogre mages. And if you're trying hard not to kill them, well, they're not spawning in really hard. Alright, so anyway, through the door here. And we can check this side. Now, what you're going to want to do is work your way all the way to these doors that don't have any levers. They are locked doors as well, so if you're wondering how far to stop, you would be stopping at these locked doors. You don't actually get the key yet, and it will be easy to notice which one has the journal, as it will be right near these locked doors, accompanied with a collectible. So it really is pointed out, and if you target it, it will say journal. So that was north central. Now we're going to check the Northeastern Corridor. So in this quest, you really want a lot of single target abilities. So, you know, anybody who can target a singular creature is really handy. So casters with insta-kill effects, super nice. But again, this first little bit, it really doesn't matter. Alright, so here's our journal. So this will be what it looks like here. So we're not gonna actually pick that up just yet, but I am gonna make note of that. So that was northeast, so northeast. And again, locked door. Now again, The reason we don't want to pick that up just yet is the moment that you touch that journal, you can no longer kill spiders. Or rather, it penalizes you for killing them. Killing 5 or more spiders will cause the quest to instantly fail once touching that book. So again, people like to clear everything they can first, as it's just that much less chance that an accident's going to happen and they're going to kill somebody that they're not supposed to. Alright, now there are a total of 2 journals that we do have to pick up. So the first one will be on the bottom section here. Again, now one of these 6 paths. The second one is actually going to be at the top through one of these locked doors. Now, there is a couple of ways to help narrow down just which path you are going to need to head through. We got that one last diviner. There we go. So this one's cleared. And now we have one last clear. So there are a couple of ways, which I will show you before we start heading there. That way you guys can see for yourself and just see where to look. Alright, so once you've cleared all 6 passages, what you're going to want to do is either have somebody go collect the book, or they could be standing at the book the entire time, just so that way you guys don't forget. Either way, once you've done, that's when you're going to want to click the book. And again, you will get that notification. Don't kill more than 5 spiders. So it does pop up. It does tell you it is in the quest journal. Alright, so there we are. So as you can tell, we have killed a few spiders here and there along the path. So no extra loot, but there we go. Alright, at this point, now that we've cleared all the paths, I'm going to rush ahead and grab that book in the Northeastern Passage. Now, once I grab it, down one of these 6 passages, it is going to spawn in an orange named Ogre Mage. Once he dies, he is going to drop a key. So typically speaking, again, if you are in a party, once the book is picked up, so there's that, Veil, don't kill more than 5. This is where it becomes very important to watch who you're killing. So again, once you do that there, somewhere down one of these paths, he's going to spawn in. So if you have a group, you can send down one down each path and just wait. And eventually he walks kind of to the center, but he, again, down one of these paths. So it's kind of an exploration point, and just to see which one he's down. Alright, so Zebub there and found him in the southwest. So that's what you do. Once party finds him, just call it out. Everyone can go and, beat on him, work on him, just get him dropped down. So like all ogre mages, after a while he likes to go invisible. But again, his invisibility is kind of poor, as you can clearly still see right where he is. But again, he's gonna hop back up with full hit points like all cheaty little ogre mages. So again, when he dies, he's gonna drop a key. Now this key is going to unlock the paths at the back of each of these little rooms. So in order to find out where the book is, there are a few places to check. So one of which is actually right here, and it can be up top. So you just want to kind of look, hit Q, take a look. Again, can be up here on this path, seeing rubble, but not a book. And so there we are. You can also see the bubbles on this one. So here's our point. Now, in order to figure out which path to head, what you want to do is just follow kind of the way to get in. So it's coming from the top here, which will mean we're going to want this one here. So each one will get you directly above it. So if we were to go down this tunnel, it would have had us come up on top here and work our way around. So here we are on this one. We want this path, and that's the way. So just find where the journal is. Again, check the spots up top. Once you find the journal, head down the path like leading to it. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so again, this is where we got to be very careful. Oh, there he is. Not to kill, so I am actually going to be removing my rune arm and with my immunity goggles, as it does have a slay living guard. Now, not killing anything has additional bonuses like at this point, as the end fight actually has 4 of them. So if you are able to get to the end fight still having all 5 alive, you can actually kill all 4 of them, making it really easy. You don't gotta worry about kiting or anything like that. I'm actually also going to change my bow, just to ensure that I don't get that meteor strike. So we're going to be doing a little bit less damage, but it'll be a little bit easier to make sure we don't get those kills. And as you see, I am hard targeting, just to again ensure, and not holding down the attack button to again just make super sure. Alright. So the most common thing that happens is when a spider hits you, and if you still have like a slay living guard, that's how they die. Honestly, that's probably the most common way that they die, because you think, alright, well, I'm not going to target them, and you're focused on that, forgetting about any of your other equipment that may cause harm to the spider. So anything with a damage guard on it obviously can hurt these spiders. And you're going to want to fight all the way down. So here we are. And now we can pick up our book. Once we have the book, you can just immediately hop down. And actually at this point, put on all your gear again, as there really shouldn't be any spiders left to really watch out for. Now, you do want to sneak all the way around to the southwest corner. This is where this guy will spawn in. This one always spawns in the same location, which is down by that door there. And you're just going to want to beat on him. Once he dies, just like before, he is going to drop a key. That key will open this door here, bringing to another little protection section. So here we are going to then have to protect the queen as she's being attacked. Another thing to worry about as well is if you happen to have hirelings, do want to make sure they're either left way out of the way so that they're not attacking spiders, or left on passive. But again, once you reach this point, there shouldn't be any spiders left in front of you. So you can just kind of go hog wild and really dish it out. Here I am gonna have... So these enemies here will spawn in two locations, one of which being up top there, the other one right down from this hole here. So just get ready. Again, you can buff the spider, but ultimately you just want to keep the spider out of combat as best you can. It is semi-squishy. And again, just watch out. And you're going to want to keep fighting here for a few rounds. Eventually it will pop down an orange named Rakshasa, and you need to kill him. Now when you do kill him, it will stop the spawns. However, anybody who is currently spawned in will still be in here. So if you leave anybody up on the ramp, they will still be shooting and attacking our spider. I've actually gotten a fail from that before. Not having any range, I was able to protect the spider from the guys up top. I killed the Rakshasa thinking that's it, and boy was I mistaken. And before I was able to get out and complete, I had actually failed the quest. So again, just make sure that you got all the enemies from up top there. And there you go. Now once they are dead, we do have a chest at the shrine. And again, of course, you can shrine. I also want to point out that with enough jump and a little bit of skill, you can actually get up here. So you want to aim for that little kind of V break there. And again, you need like max jump. As you'll see, I had issue getting up there, and I do have 39, max is 40, so it is difficult. Honestly, there's nothing up here, but just so you know, you can make your way up top there. Now, once you've done that, you're going to want to head over to the back of the room here. If you remember earlier, it did say there was weak flooring. Well, that weak flooring has now collapsed. The other thing I want to point out, when you hop down here, you want to aim for the sides and not the flat center part, as that center part is actually trapped. Now they do have some trap boxes, so this one here is right after it. You'll also notice the door is locked there, and we do have a lever right here where Zebub is. That will open up the door, so if anybody else is heading in, get in a little bit easier. At this point, we do want to head through the tunnel here. Now, at each of these little four-ways right here, they are trapped. They're going to have boxes right before. There's one here. And there's going to be one right over there, like kind of where that Rakshasa is. Now, the other thing to point out is down one of these paths, there is also going to be, again, a named Rakshasa who will drop a key. The other thing to point out down these paths, you're also going to have these crests on the wall, color, so blue is H, and they're going to kind of show you, hey, this is the color, this is what you got to turn it to, so on and so forth. There's one there, and then there's going to be one final one down there as well. So here's our named guy again. Nothing too major, but there he is. And again, a nice little key. Another little one there. And now with that key, you will be able to enter our final room. Now, the first thing you want to do is, of course, clear out all the enemies, as there are a couple. Alright. So, now at this point, we gotta turn the runes to the correct symbols. As well, you'll notice in here, once we do turn them, these burials drop, and we're gonna actually have to fight just this Rakshasa in the white. We do actually have to fight everybody in here, but the Rakshasa in the white is the only one we gotta kill. Once he dies, that is quest completed. Now, as you see, there are again 4 spiders in here. So if at any point throughout this quest if you had killed any, you do gotta watch yourself, as if you kill all 4 of these before you kill Big Bad Boss, again, quest fail. Alright, so the easiest way, and the way I always do it, is the blue was the H, so I'll actually turn it to 1 before the H, and kind of leave that as my prep sigil. Now R is the C here, so it's that one. This one is F. Alright, so at this point, again, all that's left is to turn this once and start the fight. So again, if you happen to have like any kills, what you might want to do is have somebody drag the spiders up, like get their aggro, drag them out of the room, and go from there. Obviously we didn't need that, we just really unleashed hell. So again, we got all 4 of these spiders to live, so we really got that optional. Now at the back of the room here, we have only 1 chest. Reason being is, again, throughout the quest we had gotten that extra kill of the spider. So if we hadn't killed any spiders throughout the quest, even before we had picked up the objective not to kill the spiders, you would get an additional loot chest in here. On the loot chest, again, you want to make sure that you pick up the stone, and any of the weird sounding ingredients, like Zeba up there had gotten chipmunk funk, again, you just want to pick that up. Once you have them all, which actually, this is all of them for us, we're going to actually recall down to town, and before I do that, actually, let's just teleport. So you have greater teleport if you have people. There we go. Oh, and I, of course, went to the portal hole. So used to coming here. Alright, so here we go to Meridia. And of course we oops. Just my luck. Alright, so it'll be just a moment there. So yeah, once you happen to have all of the stones, there's one extra thing that you can do there. Just be a moment here while we load in. And let's quickly head to the zone into a different area here. Just so we can use that greater teleport. Oh. Would you be able to drop that actually, you left the quest. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly leave party here. Yeah, so sometimes when you're recalling, for whatever reason, hirelings don't actually want to leave your party. The only way to fix that is a reform. But anyway, here, once we get into this Slayer area, I can teleport using the scroll, making sure I'm actually clicking Meridia this time and not Portable Hole. So here's Meridia. There we go. So now that we're here in Meridia, with all our parts to the stone, you're going to want to first turn in the quests. So to turn in, you do want to head to the very top. And they'll kind of be around this bar right here. Alright, so here we go. Here's our last one. Now, once you have them all, you do want to head down here. If you can't make that jump, you can just walk around the outside. And again, there's paths in right here. And you will be able to talk to Valerie right here. So right at the top of the ramp. So you can talk to her. And you're going to want to talk to her there. So she's going to ask for a couple of items. So the first one here, she's going to give you some ingredients, some weird things. And you're going to want to actually go up to the altar here and create it. So if you click on the button, it'll be the very first one here, the Valeria's combination. And you're going to want to make that there. Now, once you've made that, you do want to interact with this again. And then you're going to want to make a signet stone. Now, this you is made from all those parts that you picked up throughout the quests. And you're going to want to make one of those. So because I have already made some, so as you see, I have 40 from previous times I've done this. We're going to want to put them in the inventory. Simply because she isn't able to open it up from inside the bag and actually understand that you do have it. So we'll talk to her. She's going to give her the first item. This is where she's going to tell you to put those items in the stone. But because you already have them, all we got to do is talk again. Then she gives you a little reward. Once you've gotten the reward, of course, you can put your signet stones back in your bag. And then you're going to want to come over here and talk to the Grandmaster of the 12 one more time. Here we go. And again, he's going to give you a quest reward. And actually, he will give you some experience here. We didn't get any because we are capped on XP. At which point, we've now gotten the quest for the 13 Eclipse, which is the Shroud Raid. So that's also how you flag for the raid. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for the little blunder about the wrong teleportation. Then we got the oops, just things weren't going that great. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one all.